The stars above shimmered like a sea of diamonds, each one a silent witness to the unspoken mysteries of the cosmos. As Earth's chosen ambassador, I had spent months preparing for this moment, the day humanity would meet a civilization far more advanced than our own. The alien vessel had arrived unannounced, hovering above the Pacific like a metallic leviathan. Its design defied explanation, with contours that seemed to shift when observed too long. And now, I was walking its corridors, guided by faintly glowing pathways that pulsed beneath my feet. The ship was alive, not in the way of machines, but in a way that suggested it had a consciousness, a will of its own. It seemed to sense my every move, gently guiding me forward as though it were an unseen host. My nerves simmered beneath the surface of my practiced calm, but my training as an envoy of peace kept me steady. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was walking into the unknown, a journey with no guarantees. I reached a chamber whose doors slid open with a quiet hiss. Warm, golden light spilled out, enveloping me in a sense of comfort I hadn't anticipated. Inside, the room was circular, with walls that appeared to ripple like liquid gold. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, mesmerizing and disorienting all at once. At the center of the chamber stood a figure, tall, elegant, and undeniably alien. She turned at the sound of my footsteps, and in that moment, time seemed to freeze. Her form was striking, her bioluminescent skin radiating shades of emerald and turquoise that shifted like waves under moonlight. Patterns of glowing markings adorned her body, intricate and beautiful, as though telling the stories of her people. But she was unclothed, her regal presence unburdened by the need for garments. Her eyes, vast and swirling with the light of distant galaxies, locked onto mine. A gasp escaped my lips before I could stop it. The princess, for her bearing made it clear she was of royal blood, stood still, her surprise mirroring my own. Her gaze flickered briefly to the door, then back to me, as if calculating my intentions. I took an instinctive step back, raising my hands in a gesture of apology. "Forgive me," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't mean to intrude." Her lips parted, and a melodic sound escaped, a language unlike any I had heard. It resonated in my very core, each note vibrating with meaning I couldn't grasp. As the ship's walls began to glow faintly, her words transformed, becoming comprehensible. "You have seen me as I am," she said, her voice a harmonious blend of curiosity and calm. "Your customs are different, I see this in your reaction. But here, we are unbound by such constraints." Her demeanor carried no hint of shame, only an air of curiosity and understanding. My heart raced, not from fear but from the realization that I had witnessed something profoundly personal. "I didn't mean to disrespect you or your traditions," I replied, lowering my gaze out of respect. She stepped closer, her bioluminescent markings dimming slightly, as though to soften her presence. "Your respect speaks well of you," she said, her tone warm. "Our forms are expressions of who we are, unhidden and unadorned. We do not see the need for concealment, but I understand it is different for your kind." I nodded, still unsure of how to proceed. Her gaze softened, and she gestured for me to sit on a platform that rose seamlessly from the floor. She mirrored the action, her posture both regal and approachable. "You come from a world of complexity," she said. "Your people conceal much, not just your forms but your thoughts, your truths. Yet here you stand, open and willing. That is what matters." We began to talk, our words bridging the vast chasm between our worlds. She introduced herself as Princess Elisra, the firstborn of the Luminaris, a race that thrived on unity and the sharing of light, both literal and metaphorical. Their bioluminescence, she explained, was not just a physical trait but a reflection of their essence. Each pattern told the story of their lives, their joys, and their struggles. It was their way of being known, of connecting without barriers. In turn, I spoke of Earth, of our cultures and histories, our triumphs and failings. I described the beauty of our planet, its oceans, mountains, and skies, and the relentless drive of humanity to explore and understand. She listened intently, her galaxy-filled eyes never leaving mine. As our conversation deepened, I realized that what had begun as an awkward encounter was transforming into something profound. Elisra's openness and grace disarmed my fears, replacing them with an unshakable sense of connection. In her unguarded state, she revealed the essence of her people, a society unbound by shame or pretense, where authenticity was celebrated above all else. And in my attempts to navigate the unfamiliar, I had given her a glimpse of humanity's complexity, our curiosity, our humility, and our yearning to connect. Hours passed like moments, and when the time came for me to leave, Elisra rose, her bioluminescent patterns glowing softly. "This meeting was unexpected, but perhaps it was meant to be," she said. "May it be the first of many steps toward understanding." I bowed deeply, gratitude filling my heart. "Thank you, Princess. I will carry this encounter with me always." As I stepped off the vessel and back onto Earth's soil, the memory of her glowing form lingered in my mind. The vastness of the universe suddenly felt a little less daunting, a little more connected. And I knew that this was only the beginning of a story far greater than myself, one that would bridge not just two worlds, but countless others, united by the shared light of understanding.